people, nice to see you again. Today it's International Women's Day. My husband and I want to share how to make some flapjacks to celebrate. It's easy, tasty, and delicious. You guys will like it. Let's get started.
Here we are again. There is my golden syrup. I'm very happy with that. It's absolutely wonderful. Had it with some sugar, equal amounts, 75 grams of each. We're doing a small portion. And there's our wonderful oats. Bob's red mill, extra thick rolled oats, a little bit of Morton salt, just a tight pinch, and anchor butter. New Zealand, anything to get on to the next part. Okay, we have our 75 grams of syrup. We're going to put in just a pinch of salt. That's all. And we're going to put the sugar in, granulated sugar. This is large crystals. We'll talk about that later. And in goes the butter on top. Well, this is 100 grams of New Zealand butter, and that just goes on top. There we go. And that's all it is. These ingredients go later. And these mixed nuts and raisins, they won't all go in unless we feel like it. We may add some chocolate chips as well, some nice Vita Sport, extra dark chocolate. But we'll mix this with all of this later in a mixing bowl. So now this just goes on to heat and mix and melt. That's all. And now we are back again. And it's starting to boil. I'm going to turn it right down to low again. And there's our lovely spatula what I used for making the golden syrup. And we're going to heat this and stir at the same time. And we're going to wait for the sugar to mostly dissolve. You can dissolve all of it, but if you leave some of the large crystals, you get a nice crunch, nice sugary, bitey crunch in the finished product. But we'll see what happens later. That was quick. It's very satisfying. It's very calming just to stir butter in sugar. You got all of those lovely caramel smells. That's looking good. In fact, I think, yeah, we're ready to move on to the next stage. Okay, my wife is just finishing off mixing the mix, and I'm going to put 200 grams of Bob's. I'm not advertising here, but I just like the name, Bob's red mill, extra thick oats, and now my wife is going to come and pour the mixture in, and here it comes. And she's going to pour it in now, and that goes on the top. And there are crystals. That's good. It'll give a bit of crunch, and it will also they'll melt in the oven anyway. But if you're there, we're going to mix that now. There's my wife, like it's mix. And the one thing about a spatula that children don't like, it's very easy to clean the bowls properly. And when I was a kid, I had 4 brothers. We used to want to lick the bowl and scrape the bowl. The spatula takes it all out, so that's a bit of a shame. But it's mixing very nicely, very quickly. Now, what do you reckon? Should we put in the nuts? Should we put the nuts in? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can I put them in?
Yeah.
Good. Now, is it going to make it drier? It shouldn't really, but there was some nutty dust. But we're not making granola bars. These are British flapjacks. Okay, this isn't a stand. Well, this is a cake tin, and I think it's like 9 inches by 4, or that's 22 centimeters by 10, I suppose. It's got the parchment paper, which is perfect for what we're going to do. And now my wife's going to put the mixture in to this, because you don't have to worry about how deep they need to be. You just put it all in and press it down. Okay, we're about halfway. And there's some nice big fat sultanas from this nut mix we got, and they've seemed to have expanded and swollen, which is nice. So make it nice and chewy. We didn't put... Okay, that's nice. And then that's just... My wife's now going to press this down, and then it's going to go into the oven. The oven is 150 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's ready to go in. Okay. It's had its time, which is about 30 minutes, and you can see the large raisin sultana things, whatever they are. They seem to have swollen. They're not burnt. They look it, but they're not. And now my wife's going to remove this from the cake tin. Nice, simple. And then there it goes. And it's nice and soft and bendy, and that will cut very well. I'm going to add a chocolate sauce later. Okay, this is a bit I've been waiting for. I'll move down, and this is British Sport, I think 74%, with some golden syrup, butter. There's no set recipe, I've just add some full fat milk, and I've heated it in the microwave, and it's going to be very rich. I have to do the whole thing, but I think all on. Oh, I think there's enough to cover the whole thing. Maybe you can just leave a little corner. Yeah, great.
Wow, gorgeous. What a joy. Now it's time for a cup of tea. Look, now the tea is ready. Let's enjoy it. Oh, lovely, chewy and crispy. Come on, make it.